Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports Television. I'm your host, Gary Glenn. Well, the winter sports season here in Hall County is finally over with the North Hall girls basketball visit to the Final Four. We're going to open the show this week, though, with baseball. We're going to get to basketball towards the end of the show. Johnson got 12 strikeouts from A.J. Benefield in a 2-1 decision over West Hall as Benefield went the distance. Chris White and Adam White scored for the Knights. Adam White driven in by Brandon Adams with a game-winning RBI. Johnson then shut out Chastity 13-0. The Knights scoring 8 runs in the 5th. Brandon Adams led Johnson with 4 hits and a pair of RBI singles. Jackson Frazier and Adam White scored 2 runs each for Johnson, while Trey Wilson and Corey Collins each batted in a couple. Chris White got the shutout victory for the Knights with 6 scoreless innings while only surrendering 2 hits. We bring to the show now Coach Tony Wilson, head baseball coach for the Johnson Knights. And Coach, so far so good, off to a fairly good start.
Yeah, it's been a good start so far. We've had great pitching, good defense, and our hitting is slowly but surely it's coming around.
Well, when you shut out Chastity 13-0, that had to be a kind of a boost for you when you talk about your hitting.
It was a boost. The last 4 games before that, we'd only averaged about 4 or 5 runs a game. So to get off and score 13 runs and take advantage of some walks by the other team was a big help for us.
Let's go back earlier in the week, though, to that one with West Hall. Now, that one was a squeaker, a true pitcher's duel. I mean, the guys were just battling back and forth all night long.
It was. They scored the 1 run in the first inning as we gave it up, and we scored 2. I never thought it'd be a 2-1 game, but great defense, great pitching. AJ did a tremendous job of hitting spots all night long and staying ahead in the count as well.
Now, that was his first start of the season, correct?
That was his first start. AJ, as you know, just finished up basketball, so he was a little late getting out and getting his arm in shape, so I didn't want to start him until I thought his arm was ready, and he proved to be ready on that night.
You got your son, who's going to go on to college as well as Benefield. So, Coach, you got some talent on this team.
Yeah, a couple guys. We have 6 seniors, and all those kids have played 4 years of varsity ball. So there is some experience and some talented kids, and well-behaved and great character kids as well.
How you feel about it? Anytime you play a game where somebody throws it and somebody tries to hit it, the pitching is always the key. So how you feel about yours?
I think my pitching's it's held up great so far. We'll get into a meat of our schedule probably this week and next week, so I'll be able to tell you a little bit more. But going into the season now, I feel pretty good about our pitching. You
sort of alluded to this a little bit earlier, and maybe when you get those basketball kids back out there and like AJ in shape, the hitting will come around. Is that going to be a key for you down the stretch?
I think so. I mean, not that AJ is not in shape. I think he's probably in the best shape that he's been in, but just the transition from the court to the field and the timing and everything.
Right.
Baseball definitely being a timing sport. I think as we go along, you'll see the hitting pick up as well.
Gainesville still the big dog?
Gainesville still a big dog. They've got 3 guys that are going to sign, and they got the entire pitching staff back, so that puts them at the top of the region, I think.
Oh, and everybody else kind of going to fit in that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot?
Well, I think so. I mean, Oconee County, Walnut Grove, and even Lanier. This is their 2nd year in the region, but they're a much improved team. I think they graduated one player from last year's team, so everybody's back a year older with more experience.
Kind of going to depend who stays healthy down the stretch.
I would think so. Who stays healthy? You're going to need, you know how baseball is, who gets the bounces and breaks here and there. The weather's going to depend on a lot, because if you get rainouts playing 3 games a week, that might back you up. You might have 4 games a week, so that's going to factor in it as well.
Tony, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to the baseball Knights the rest of the way, all right?
Thanks, sir.
In other baseball, before they faced Johnson, Chastity got by East Hall 8-7. Hunter Zander swung the hot bat for the War Eagles, going 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and a couple of runs scored. Dylan Brewster was 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Peyton Ryder had the game-winning run on an RBI on a walk. North Hall avenged an earlier loss to Habersham Central by mercy ruling the Raiders early last week, 14-4 at North Hall. Eli Gilmer had the big blast, a 3-run homer, which gave the Trojans a lead they would never relinquish. He finished with 4 RBI on the night. Zach Mize had a couple of hits and 3 RBI, while Jesse Strickland had 3 hits and drove in 1. Wade Phillips got the win, struck out 3 and scattered 3 hits in 4 2/3 innings before giving way to Griffin Olson, who got the save. Now, Phillips stayed in the game as a center fielder and eventually himself had the RBI, which ended it early. The Trojans then mercy ruled Monroe area 15-0. Preston Graham got the win by no-hitting the Hurricanes for 3 innings and striking out 2. Mize with a 2-run homer and finished 2 for 3 with 4 RBI. We'll take you to the soccer pitch when Hall County Sports returns.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
There are hundreds of options when choosing apparel or promotional items at J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case. We're all about quality and competitive pricing. Sports items are in stock. Look for special pricing on Letterman jackets, corporate apparel, corporate gifts, and custom embroidery. All local high schools should check out the line of spirit wear and trophies. We're also offering custom screen printing available for any team sport. Be on the winning side when you choose J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case, locally owned and operated at 250 Dawsonville Highway, Gainesville. Call 770-718-0062 or on the web at jgeyer.com and trophycaseltd.com.
We are back. I'm Gary Glenn. This is Hall County Sports, and we turn to high school soccer for this particular segment. Flowery Branch girls finally got scored on, but it was not close, as the Lady Falcons still pounded Buford 9-1. Cassidy Elrod had a hat trick and 2 assists, while Kayla Robles, Cashin Filio, and Corey Thomas each scored twice for the Branch. Later, also, Flowery Branch boys beat Clark Central 1-0. Leo Manzo with the game's lone goal there. But we bring to the show now Coach Kati Scali of the Lady Falcons. And Katie, you got to be excited about this start. I mean, you went for a long, long time, and nobody even scored on you.
Yes, sir. We're really excited. We have a lot of returners, and we feel like we really just picked up right where we left off last season. So, very excited.
Well, I know. I mean, you got into the playoffs and made a little noise there, but the way that last one ended, I know because I've talked to the girls, and that really left a bad taste in your mouth.
Oh yeah, it was pouring rain and thundering and lightning and rain delay. I think the total rain delay time was close to 2 hours. We were there late and then lost in penalties, so they definitely didn't like finishing that way for sure.
How many seniors you got?
6.
Wow. So I bet you they have played together for a long, long time.
Yes, most of them have played even, in middle school and on their club teams growing up. And our group of juniors as well, I've got maybe 5 or 6 juniors as well. And all of my juniors and seniors just about start and have been playing together now for 3 years with me. So very comfortable with each other.
Well, and I'm going to tell you that leadership, that experience is just, that's, in wrestling you talk about mat time or swimming it's pool time. Well, now you're talking about field time, actual game experience here.
Very much so. They're very experienced. I'm not having to do a lot of teaching, more tweaking this year with small things. They all understand what we're trying to do as a team and with the system that we play, and it's been very relaxing so far.
Well, I remember talking to Cassidy Elrod earlier this year at the Longstreet signing. She's going on the next level, right?
Yes, sir. Okay. She's going to play at Georgia Southern.
You got anybody else that's you think might?
Well, I've got a couple seniors who have decided that they're not going to play in college, not for lack of talent, but just they're going to focus on academics. And I've got a couple others that know where they want to go to school and may or may not try to walk on there, but again, focused on academics, and soccer is their secondary option.
Cassidy has been a leader, obviously, in scoring on the field.
Yes, she is leading scoring this year. I think she has 15 or 16 goals.
Wow. She
also is leading our team in assists right now as well. So she has a goal every year to be our offensive leader, not just in goals but in assists. She loves to make plays happen, and she's been outstanding. You
got to feel, Katie, you got a chance of taking it fairly deep in the playoffs this year if you can stay healthy and stay focused.
Yes, so far that's been the biggest focus, is staying healthy. We've been really lucky so far. We had a couple injuries girls were carrying over into the beginning of our season, but we sat them, we got them healed up, and everybody's been healthy so far. So that's our main focus, is staying healthy so that we can make that run.
What are you ranked right now?
6th.
6th in the state. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What's pleased you the most so far, obviously, other than being undefeated?
I think the thing that's impressed me the most so far is that we haven't had any of that trouble this year of playing down to a team. A lot of times when you play a team and you get a lot of scoring opportunity, girls get kind of greedy and jealous, and they start getting out of what we normally want to do and trying to just take people on and rack up their stats. We actually have 11 different players who have scored this year. So even though we have definite standouts in scoring, we really spread it around the team, and they've continued to score good goals and not just goals against a weaker opponent.
And your keeper and your defense have obviously been stellar.
Yes, sir. Our keeper has been our 4-year starter. She's come a long way. Lauren Dunn. Yes, and she's just remarkable. She's really developed as a leader this year. She's much more vocal. She's doing a great job. Our defense has got junior and senior as our 2 center backs, and they're both outstanding players as well. So they're very proud of that 1 goal, margin. 1 goal scored against.
All right. Well, Katie, thanks for coming in. Good luck to the Lady Falcons rest of, and stay in touch, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
By the way, after this week, the next home game for the Lady Falcons, if you want to go and see them, the 23rd of this month against Heritage. In other soccer, Riverside beat Athens Academy 3-1 and George Walton 7-1. Olise Medici scored a hat trick for the Eagles, his first of the season, while Ryan Marcano and Ricardo Madero each added 2 goals for Riverside against George Walton. Medici and Marcano also had scored against Athens as well. Gainesville swept Lanier in 2 shutouts, 3-0 girls and 5-0 boys. Douglas Mejia with 2 goals in the boys' win. Eduardo Espinosa scored the goal, and Edgar Espinosa was the goalie as the Red Elephants shut out Carrollton 1-0. North Hall swept White County, the girls 3-2 in overtime with Alex Lawson the game winner. Jake Carter had a couple of goals in the boys' 6-0 win. Brittany Martin had the hat trick as the Johnson girls beat Lumpkin County 7-1. Johnson's boys also beat Lumpkin. This was 4-0, as Jonathan Mendoza tallied twice. Lady Knights also won in overtime last week, 1-0 over North Hall, as Kaylin Dumanowski scored in the second period off an assist by Emily Byers. The Knight boys made it a sweep with a 2-1 victory. East Hall girls crushed Banks County 7-0. Tatiana Castillo had 4 goals and an assist as the Lady Vikes picked up win number 1 this season. East Hall's boys exploded in a 6-0 shutout of Jefferson, while Lakeview's boys beat Social Circle 4-0 as Nathan Zotnik scored twice. Carly Kinney had a hat trick as the Lady Lions won 5-0 over Social Circle, while West Hall's girls got 5 goals from Tanya Perez and an 8-0 rout of Stevens County. North Georgia Christian swept Colonial Hills. Kayla Goodson had a hat trick in the Lady Chargers' 5-1 win. Chandler Staten had 3 goals in the boys' 9-3 win. Well, the North Hall girls gave it a shot in Macon. We're back with that story in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the new pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And one of the things I've noticed here in Hall County is the number of churches that are here, and that is a great blessing. But it can also be a problem if you're trying to find a new church or you're investigating Christianity for the first time. There's so many churches and it seems like there's so little time. Well, we invite you to be our guest at McEver Road United Methodist. We will not give you a high-pressure approach. You can come in, make up your own mind at one of 3 of our worship services. We have 3 diverse worship services, one at 8:30, which is a gospel format service. We have a 10 o'clock service, which is not contemporary, but it's something more edgy and different, and we'd like to invite you to that if that's your style. And then at 11 o'clock, we have a traditional Methodist service. So we'd love for you to come be our guest and come and see.
This program is also brought to you by Long Street Cafe, now with 2 locations in Gainesville, 1043 Riverside Terrace and 405 Pearl Nicks Parkway. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Monday through Saturday. Long Street's got the reputation for Gainesville's fastest drive-through and the best fried chicken you'll ever sink your teeth into, plus veggies, a full salad bar, and great desserts. Check today's menu at www.longstreetcafe.com. Call a friend and meet them for a hearty meal at Long Street Cafe, where they put the home in the cooking.
Welcome back. I'm Gary Glenn. This is Hall County Sports. The clock struck midnight for Cinderella and Macon at the AAA Final Four, where the North Hall Lady Trojans slugged it out toe-to-toe with the top-ranked and unbeaten Lady Hawks of Washington County, the defending state champions, riding a 62-game winning streak. In fact, North Hall led a few times during the game, and it was a 3-point game at the end of 3 quarters before the Lady Hawks pulled away and won it 68-52. Gatorade Player of the Year Alicia Gray was the main difference in the game with 40 points and a dozen or more rebounds. Mary Kate Rushton led the way for the Lady Trojans with 5 3-pointers, 27 points total, and 9 boards. And the Lady Trojans will end the year at 24-8 with a Lanierland runner-up, a region title, and upsets over some top 10 teams along the way, in addition to making it to the Final Four. Earlier this week, we had a chance to visit with Coach Kristi House and some of the players. Lady Trojans locker room now. They've had a couple of days to think about this thing that has happened to them down in Macon. And let me introduce the people that are sitting with me now. Over here we have Mary Kate Rushton. Next to her is Tiffany Hamilton, Taylor Swoszowski. To my immediate left, to my immediate right is Sarah Paschall, McKenna Rushton, and Hailen Nichols. Okay, all right, ladies. I'm going to just watch me when I move the microphone around, so we'll be doing some of that. First of all, I want to talk to you about the game itself. Now, a game that was tough but very winnable. Taylor, particularly when you guys were tied at the end of the first quarter. It was like a 5-point game at halftime, a 3-point game at the end of 3. So you got to be thinking, and I think even with like 3 or 4 minutes left in the game, you were still within 4 or 5. So you're thinking now, hey, we're in this thing, right?
Yeah, we were. When we got down 6-0 at the beginning, we kind of just like had to slow ourselves down, and it just took a while to get into the flow of the game. But once we got to the end of the third, we knew throughout the whole game that it was definitely winnable for us, and we were expecting to come out with a win, and we just got short when they started holding it at the end. But we definitely played our best game that we've ever played, for sure. I
thought you played your hearts out, Mary Kate. We had you with like 27 points and like 9 rebounds. So you had a good overall game. So what are you thinking?
I thought we ended the season in a great way. Even though we lost, I still wanted people to remember us by how hard we played and that we never gave up. So I think we did that.
Oh, I think you did too. Now, Sarah, you're in this team that has won like 62 straight. But again, you're going toe-to-toe with them.
Well, definitely. It's a lot of pressure playing a team that has won so many times. But we still, nevertheless, we're still confident that we could win.
McKenna, you didn't have a whole lot of points in this game, so there were some other things that were going on out there. Tell me about that.
I guess since I knew at first game my shots weren't falling, I tried to do a little bit more on defense with the charges and everything. Tried to get as many charges as I could. Some of the refs are a little hard on the calls, but
I saw it was either you or your sister one, or you were just frustrated.
I was frustrated, but I mean, we just had to keep going, and I just tried to focus more on defense since I wasn't hitting my shots. So.
Hailen, as a senior on this team, what has this been? You obviously going to miss all these girls. I keep reading and listening to you. It's like a bunch of sisters out there, huh?
Yes, we've been so close since 7th grade, so it's such a good experience to be able to go to the Final Four our senior year. And even though we lost, we still had a great time after and just had like fun times. Like we had a movie night and ice cream because we just enjoy each other so much. So it's going to be hard leaving each other.
Tiffany, prior to this, there was a lot of support. And I read about you guys going to the feeder schools and stuff. What was that like, to get the support that you had from the community this year?
Well, we went to elementary schools before we left to go to Macon. And it was fun because the little kids are so supportive and they like look up to us. And like some of those kids are going to be the people coming into this program. So it was good for them to like experience what we're going through kind of in a way. And we had a lot of support from our parents. Like when we got there, they decorated our rooms and they wrote us like support notes and stuff. So it was just really nice to know that we had people like supporting us through whatever was going to happen.
A historic day. I mean, this is only the second time in the history of the school North Hall has made Final Four. You kind of feel like you've got the legacy thing going on now here. I mean, it's always been a tradition of pretty good girls basketball. Now you were linear and runner-up. You were region champions. Final Four. Great year all the way around, huh?
Yes, it's been a great year, and that was our goal. We made goals at our assistant coach's house, and it was like to win region, to make it past the Elite Eight in state, and we knew we were capable of doing that since we've been together for so long. And I mean, it's just been a great experience to be able to share what we've done and what we've accomplished with our teams.
And you must have beat them up pretty good, Taylor, because they lost the next day, huh? And now they finished second, and I guess essentially you guys wound up tied for third in the state. Ain't too bad.
It's not. We definitely gave them a run for their money for sure, and with them only really playing like 6 people, when we woke up Saturday morning, we were about to fall out of the bed. We were hurting so bad. So we knew they had to be experiencing the same thing because we definitely made them have to step it up a lot, even though they had won 62 games. I mean, we still gave them a run for their money, and so it was, you could tell when they were already leaning down on their knees in the first quarter of that championship game. We knew wasn't going to be pretty for them.
And it wasn't. Columbia finally wound up beating them, and sometimes it happens that way. It takes a lot out of you to get that kind of effort. I think you scared them to death. I don't think they were used to that. I don't think they were used to being played that close. All right, ladies, last question. I'll give you a minute or so to think about this as we go around. What are you going to take away from this senior season that you've had? What are you thinking now as you take away, other than basketball? You know, what are some memories? Mary Kate, we'll start with you.
I guess this is going to be something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. I mean, it's going to be something that I'm going to be able to tell my kids when I have a family. So I think it's going to be something I'll remember for a long time.
I like that. Yeah. Look, this is what your mama did, huh? Tiffany?
I'm just going to miss being with everyone because we have fun together and we do fun things, and it's just going to be sad when we all have to go our different ways and not be able to spend as much time together.
Taylor?
Just the bond that we created was awesome. Like, we constantly are together, and so I think that's something that we'll always, be able to look back on and remember, just all the times that we had, that fun times and the moments that we were able to spend together.
All right, Sarah, your turn.
Well, I'm definitely going to miss the bond as well because, like we said, these are basically my sisters, and we're always together. So I'm going to definitely miss that.
What's a lesson or two you're going to take away from this season, McKenna?
I guess it's just the trust that we've had in each other. It's every game we've just trusted each other, and it's just good to know that how close you are. And trust is a big thing in the team. So.
Hailen?
I think we've learned how to just keep going. Like, we were so relentless in that game. We continued to try, and even though everyone thought we couldn't win because they won 62 straight games, we continued to show them that we deserve to play with them, and we almost beat them. So I just think that with the trust that we had in each other, we could continue to play one of the best games we've ever played of our lives.
Some life lessons. Don't give up. Keep trying. And that's a great lesson to learn. Ladies, congratulations. Great season. Good luck in the future, whatever you decide. Some of you are not even through with basketball, so good luck at the next level. All right, thank you. Kristi, not the end you wanted, but a great season nevertheless. Region champs, Lanierland runner-up, Final Four. What can you say?
Well, obviously we would hope, to get out of there and steal a win, but the thing that sticks with me most about the season is just that I know we competed at the Final Four. We got as much out of last week as we could as far as making memories and enjoying being together as a team. So the way we played, I feel like we all walked away from it and felt really good about it.
I thought you played your hearts out.
We did, and that was our plan. We're going to go in there and do everything we can, and win or lose, we'll be okay,
And when you do that, you feel better about it, don't you? Even though you lost.
You totally do, and to go out and play as we did, we can just be happy with what we accomplished. So
a lot of memories. These girls are special to you, aren't they?
They are. They're special to me from a basketball standpoint, but also, from a personal standpoint, I've gotten close to them, and they've really just what they've been able to accomplish here has been amazing, and it's because they all love each other and believe in each other, and they've led this team, and it was no surprise that good things happen for them.
We just talked to your 6 seniors now. Coach, what do you got coming back? I mean, that's a load of talent going away.
It is, but, we have some kids that are good players in their own right. Sydney Cleveland played a lot of minutes. Allie Staub played a lot of minutes. And, if you can imagine, we've had 5 kids practicing against those every day all season. So we've really been coaching them hard and, trying to get them, to enjoy the luxury of having a little extra practice against a pretty good basketball team.
Absolutely. Kristi, congratulations on a great season. Good luck to the Lady Trojans in the future.
Thank you.
By the way, congratulations to North Hall's Ebo Smith and McKenna Rushton. They were named 8 AAA North Sub-Region Players of the Year. Ebo averaged about 18 points a game as he led the Trojans into the round of 16. McKenna averaged around 14 points and 7 rebounds a game in leading the Lady Trojans to the Final Four. North Georgia women's basketball player, Gainesville grad Jamie Carnes, has another award to add to her resume as she was named the Daktronics Division II Southeast Region Player of the Year. Now, just a week after being named the 2012 Peach Belt Player of the Year, sophomore has earned an even bigger honor after receiving that Southeast Region Player of the Year honors for the first time in the history of North Georgia women's basketball. This after she was named the first ever PBC Player of the Year to play for North Georgia. She led the nation, Jamie did, in scoring at 25 points a game, finished second in the league and 15th in the nation in rebounds per game with 11.2. Carnes recorded 20 double-doubles, which led all of the NCAA Division II level. She also led the league in blocks and was 8th nationally in that category. Flowery Branch alumnus Josh Barrett was named a second-team All-American by the NCCAA. He led the Eagles in scoring with 22 points. That ranked 10th nationally. He was second nationally with 7.6 assists per game and third with 3.2 steals and 6 rebounds per game. The alumni are doing well, aren't they? We're back to wrap it up when Hall County Sports concludes.
This program is also brought to you by Longstreet Cafe, now with 2 locations in Gainesville, 1043 Riverside Terrace and 405 Pearl Nicks Parkway. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Monday through Saturday. Longstreet's got the reputation for Gainesville's fastest drive-thru and the best fried chicken you'll ever sink your teeth into, plus veggies, a full salad bar, and great desserts. Check today's menu at www.longstreetcafe.com. Call a friend and meet them for a hearty meal at Longstreet Cafe, where they put the home in the cooking. Hall County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals, and remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. And by McKenna Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKenna Road in Oakwood with 3 worship services every Sunday morning, Kids Town and adult small groups. McKenna Road United Methodist Church is dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ. We begin this week's wrap-up on Hall County Sports with track and field. Riverside beat Dawson County last week. The Eagles winning first place in 5 field events. Marlon Edwards, Tochi Uzoji, and Ian Parva Asher sweeping the shot put and discus throw. Cadet Hughes winning the long jump and triple jump, and Skylar Toney won the pole vault at 11 feet. Deeves Martin took the high jump by going 5.6. The running events, Chandler LeCabe and Liam Mahoney took 1-2 in the 3,200-meter run, as did Trevor Jones and Spencer Jackson in the 200-meter dash. Gage Bolden finished first in the 100 meters. Marlon Edwards was third. 400-meter relay team of Jones, Bolden, Geronte McGordon, and LeCave snatched victory at 46.23. And at North Oconee, the high point man for Riverside, Adrian Humphrey, 12 points from second place in the 300 hurdles, fourth place at 110 hurdles, and fifth in the high jump. Tony placed second in the pole vault. He cleared 11 feet and was beaten in a jump off. At the Chestatee Invitational, Gainesville girls finished first, followed by West Hall, White County, North Hall, and Chestatee, and Lumpkin County in that order. Tara Hill ran second in the 100 meters and 200 for the Lady Red Elephants in the Chestatee Invitational. Lanisha Kirsch led the Lady Spartans, finishing first in 3 events, 1,600, 300 intermediate hurdles, and triple jump, while Maya Booker also won for West Hall with first in the 100 and 200-meter dashes. Now on the boys' side at Chestatee's Invitational, it was North Hall, Gainesville, White County, Chestatee, Lumpkin County, and West Hall in that order. Luis Gonzalez, who, as we told you last week, signed to run at Truett McConnell College, finished first in the 1,600 meters for the Trojans, beating his opponents by 11 seconds at 4 minutes 35 seconds. He also won the 800 that day. Brandon Thompson won the 100 and 200 meters for Chestatee, while War Eagle Dylan Brock finished first in the 110 high hurdles and 300 intermediate hurdles. All right, time now to name our athletes of the week. For the males, we're going to go with Oli Smedici of Riverside Soccer, who led the team to a hot start already and had a couple of good games last week. And for the females, North Hall's basketball's Mary Kate Rushton, who finished strong for the Lady Trojans in the Final Four. Okay, a couple of other quick notes for you. Flowery Branch alumnus Erica Rucker has literally not slowed down in running for South Carolina. In fact, she's gotten faster. The state track champ here in Georgia was recently named the SEC Freshman of the Year. Erica placed 4th in the 400 meters indoors after shaving over 2 seconds from her PR from the start of the season and running a 53.08. That made her the 3rd fastest freshman in the nation and 10th overall. Also got an invite to the 2012 NCAA Indoor Championships. And finally, our thanks to guest photographers / videographers for this past week, Reed Houston, Tim Moon, and Bill Lofton. And we'll leave you with some scenes of the National Auto Sport Association racing at Road Atlanta this past weekend. Until next week, I'm Gary Glenn, Hall County Sports. Now, Bill's...